Hello, my Facebook family. I hope you're having a good day today. And I'm gonna tell you this. We told our producer, I'm not gonna say we told them, we asked him to pull that camera back because none of us had on a lot of makeup today, but he insisted on leaving that camera stationary. So thank you, Kenji. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He pulled
He
it
don't
back.
want us cute.
Yeah, he don't want us to look cute. Thank you, Kenji. But listen, I want to thank you so much for coming here today. I can tell you that we have a lighter show today. It's not so serious, and sometimes you got to take it a little bit lighter.
Yes.
Right, Rebecca?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Right, my special guest?
Oh, yes. Yes. Sometimes we got to laugh.
That's right. Does our special guest look a little familiar? Well, she probably does because my special guest is none other than my sister Kim. Yay, Kim!
And she's really not a guest. She's like
a
more
contributor.
I'm a contributor.
Yes, she is a contributor.
Call me what you want. I'm okay with it.
Yes.
Okay,
Kim is good with that. As long as it's not a bad word, she's
right.
good with it. But ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. Today we wanted to come on. Well, I asked Kim to come on because she's going to be sharing with us some of her expertise in what she's actually trained in and what she actually has a degree in. She, sometimes we step away for a minute from what we've been doing for a while, and then we come back to it. But Kim is going to be sharing with us today some very, very important tips on how we can become more organized, ladies and gentlemen, especially when it comes to our wardrobe and budgeting for our wardrobe.
Yes.
And gosh, Kim, that's a mouthful.
Yes, it is. So let me kind of delve into the backstory.
Please do.
Right quick. Okay, so I, and along with Crystal, have...
And sometimes Rebecca comes along.
Well, yeah. But actually, Crystal and I have written a book. This has been a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
We've been working on this book for a long time. And things have, life happens and happens and happens and happens.
Yeah.
So we're finally getting to the part where we are starting to do a soft launch. Now, with our soft launch, we're going to tease you by telling you the title of the book. The book is not actually going to hit Amazon until
Thanksgiving,
but
around my birthday.
Yes.
So prior to that point, we're going to be doing, little teasers and a soft launch and that kind of thing. So you, Facebook family, are going to know the title of the book today.
Yes.
And it is called Build a $5,000 Wardrobe for $50.
That sounds like a bait and switch.
Woo.
Kim, can that actually be done?
Yes, it can be done.
Rebecca, do you think that can actually be honest?
Well, you know what? At first,
Be honest.
when I first heard the title 2 years ago,
Yes.
I kind of looked at both of them like, what?
See, we told you it's been a marathon.
But actually spending time with both of them and a great deal of time.
Yes.
I'm almost like the third sister.
Yes.
It can be done.
It can be done. It can be done.
But there are some specific steps you've got to take.
Am I going to tell you all of the steps right now? No, because you have to buy the book. But again, this is not going to be the last episode that talks about the book. We're actually going to be doing, like I said, little drop teasers along the way, maybe once a week or so.
Yes.
But now you get a chance to at least see the cover art for the book. So let's go.
So Kim and Rebecca, give me a drum roll. A drum roll. And voila, there's the...
Build a $5,000 wardrobe for $50. And yes, it can be done.
I didn't think so until I started hanging with these two.
Yes. Okay, so now we're going to go back to us.
And part of what we are going to be talking about are the tricks of the trade that Kim and I have learned over the years.
Yes, and I'm not actually going to go in the order of the book chapters because the first thing that we're going to start talking about is going to be organization.
Oh, boy.
Now, to build this $5,000 wardrobe, which I mean, when I tell you, it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. A closet full of clothes. But where do I put them? Where do I put these clothes?
And what if you've already got a closet full of clothes, but you don't have anything to wear?
That happens a lot of times. You go and you try to find something to wear. You literally are looking at a store's worth of clothes, and you can't find one outfit to go to the ball in.
Yes.
So we're going to address that, and that is it's done with organization. Yes, Rebecca.
No, I'm guilty of that. You looking, I have trunks and closets and trunks and closets full of
clothes.
Nothing but clothes. Mm-hmm. And I've never seemed to find something to wear.
And you know what? I'm going to say this, but Kim, before I say this, I want you to tell everyone a little bit about your background. How did you kind of fall into this? What is your background? Do you have a background in fashion or organization?
Well, I do have a background in fashion. My major was fashion design with a marketing minor from North Texas. Now, at that time, it was North Texas State University,
in Denton.
NTSU in Denton. But now it's University of North Texas. Now, at that time, I graduated in 1984 with a degree in fashion design. And through the years, I've used that degree in fashion design in many businesses. I've had a
manifestations.
Women's clothing business.
Men's clothing
business. Had a men's clothing business. And then I have segued onto other different creative fields. We had the Rejoice Television Network.
And you designed for a very popular traveling fashion troupe.
I did. The Ebony Fashion Fair.
You were a featured designer.
Now, if anybody remembers Ebony Fashion
Fair. Oh, yes. I modeled in one of their teen shows.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. So, yes, we travel all over the country and in other parts of the world. So, I actually had clothing in the fashion fair for several years.
Yes.
So, and that was my clothing was modeled right next to the biggest name fashion designers in the world.
And I'm going to give a quick shout out to Stephanie Williams Bailey. I don't know if you are out there, but Stephanie Williams Bailey was one of our friends from Houston who became an Ebony Fashion Fair model.
Yes.
And we tried to make sure we were able to kind of work it out so that when Stephanie hit the runway, especially in Houston, she was wearing she got to wear Kim's designs when they were in Houston.
Yay!
So that was very special.
Great. That was very special. So, but my background just years has been fashion design and in fashion of all kinds. Now, am I designing now? No, I'm not designing now because I am an impatient sort. So instead of actually sewing, and I've been sewing since I was 8 years old.
Yes.
So instead of sitting down and designing and sewing, which is what I did all through college and years after that, now I like to do something different. I like immediate gratification. So that's why
Kim, how do you get immediate gratification when it comes to fashion?
I have become a thrifter. I go to thrift stores.
Just any thrift?
I'll tell you that later because sometimes you have to keep a few secrets to yourself.
Teaser.
Okay. But in becoming a thrifter, again, little slide into a backstory. I was not always a thrifter. Crystal and I were not always thrifters. We were pushed just head first into thrifting.
Yes.
By my aunt Harry's Dillard. Shout out to Aunt Harry's.
Yes.
She is gone home now, but as young children, my aunt Harry's took us to garage sales.
No, she dragged us to garage sales.
Dragged us kicking
every
and
weekend.
Screaming. Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Dragged us kicking and screaming to garage sales and to
Goodwill.
And to Salvation Army and to anything that had a discount price. Now, we were not the only victims. Yes. we're not.
Our cousin Vaughn
All
Taylor.
of our cousins, actually,
Yes.
so many of our cousins, many of our cousins.
We all got the torture.
We all got the torture. We did. We got the thrift store torture.
Yes.
And just, and live to tell the story.
Yes, we did.
So, and I think that trickled down.
So I guess she didn't care how y'all felt.
Well, no, we were kids. We were spending the night with her. Yeah, it was great. It was lots of fun to spend the night with her on the weekends. She let us stay up late. We had all kind of great snacks.
She was the auntie.
Yes, she was that aunt.
Yes.
But part of the tax that we paid was having to go with her to the garage sales and the thrift stores and all the different kinds of estate sales and that kind of thing. And little did we know back then
it was
that
going to
be here today.
We was going to be here today. So, and not only that, my mother is also a very thrifty person. So she was a fire sale.
My mom was
remember
too.
That in the city of Houston?
My God.
Yes.
Whoa. Lord Jesus.
And look at some of our comments already. Paulette says, if anyone is listening, my entire wardrobe is mostly made up of the info they are sharing. Yes.
So anyway, hi Miss Faye.
And hi Sequina.
Yeah. So anyway, thrift stores. We love them. We go to them. We have to pull ourselves away from them now. So
but before you get to the thrift store, what has to happen in your closet or in your room?
Before you get yourself to that thrift store, and when you read the book, and it's going to tell you all about the whole thrift store experience and how to build this $5,000 wardrobe.
Yes.
You have to make room for it. You must make room for it. And that is like Rebecca and Crystal and myself. So many women, we just don't have room.
Yes.
We have more clothes than sand on the beach.
Yeah. Right.
So we have to make room. And
how do you start, Kim?
You do that by organizing. So, and by organizing, I'm going to kind of show you some pictures.
Yeah.
Now, Crystal, if you can go
to that first one?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Go back to.
I got it.
All right. Now go to where it says room.
That
one. Yeah, either one.
That one. Oh my goodness. Does that look familiar, ladies?
That looks familiar. It's a horror show in there. And I'm going to show you also the other one.
Okay, what are we looking at here? Tell us what we're looking at.
As soon as I say, you do the other one, I'm going to show you where we're looking. Room. Go back to room.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that looks familiar too.
That looks familiar too. Now, this was the aftermath of when my ceiling fell in.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was just a long, weird story. But my ceiling fell in. My house was built in 1954. This was not the only ceiling that fell in. It was been a series of ceilings.
And the shifting of the structure over the years.
A series of
ceiling collapses.
Ceiling collapses over the years.
Everyone is fine. No one was hurt.
No one was hurt.
No animals were hurt. Yeah.
Nobody was hurt in the making of this picture. But
what are we looking at here?
All right. Well, let me tell you about the ceiling collapse first, because what happened was that now I had a gigantic ton of sheetrock and debris and everything over the entire room. So you can't just clean up sheetrock and then just go back to rear and close. You have to essentially wash and fold and
so it forced your hand.
It forced my hand. Now, I've always been very organized.
Oh, God.
I'm actually the person who likes organizing.
Yes, she does.
And I like to do it for other people.
And she does.
And I'll get to that a little bit later. But it forced my hand with certain things. So now everything had to be washed.
Right.
And everything had to be reorganized.
Uh-huh.
So those pictures are actually showing some of the aftermath of my having to go in, wash everything, and get everything together.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and take the picture down now.
Okay.
Okay. So after that happened, again, it forced another organization. Now, every year I do at least 2 purges, closet purges. I go through every single thing I own as far as clothing, and I take out and I get rid of things that I do not wear. And if I have bought
that's the hard part for me.
Things,
yes.
If I bought some of these wonderful things at thrift stores,
yeah,
and I have to put them in my closet, I can't just keep putting them in my closet because I only have very limited space.
Yeah.
My closet, I have a walk-in closet. It has barely walk-in.
Yes.
There's roughly about a 5 foot by 8 or 9 foot closet.
Oh, wow.
It is small for a walk-in closet.
Can I stop you and ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, here's my dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure all the ladies out there have this dilemma, or at some point have had it or will have it.
Mhm.
And that is, you see something you really, really like.
Mm-hmm.
And when you bought it, you may have been 10 pounds lighter,
Mm-hmm.
but
or heavier.
time,
Mhm.
yeah, or heavier,
Mhm.
and time has passed,
Mhm.
and it may not fit anymore,
Mhm.
but you don't want to part with it because you are in love with it.
Mhm.
And those are the kind of things that end up being the albatrosses that are in your closet, that stay there year after year after year. And one thing, Kim, you told me, I hope I'm not getting ahead of you,
Mhm.
but one thing you told me is that you have to, whenever you bring something new in, you have to make that determination that something has to go out.
Mhm.
That's been the hardest part for me.
Now,
And that's
let me tell you
also
about,
for me
now,
too.
this is where we get into the psychology of it.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
So hard for
Um,
me too.
I think you have to admit, everybody has to admit, those special pieces that mean the world to you are not. That's not everything in your closet.
Right?
That might be, let's just say if you have 10 pieces,
Yeah.
then, and from a wedding dress to a pageant dress like
Yes.
Crystal had, or to just a
In a size
special,
2. Yeah.
okay, or just
But
any
it wasn't
sort of-
going to go anywhere.
Right, a special occasion dress. That's not the entire wardrobe.
Yeah.
Most of your closet, I can guarantee to anybody who is listening out there, most of the closet is going to be things that are everyday clothes,
Right?
but you just don't wear them anymore. They may not be the right size,
Yeah.
but they're just kind of sitting there in the back of your closet, and you ignore them and ignore them and ignore them, and then at a certain point they grow clothes babies.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you have a closet full of nothing to wear. So
Yeah.
that's where somebody like myself comes in.
Yeah.
And my family has been encouraging me to do this for a long time, because I torture them by organizing them,
And you went to,
whether they like it or not.
and you were recently commissioned by Paulette Wellington to come to her house. And let me say this about Paulette Wellington. Paulette Wellington is a unique case because she literally has many things from all around the world in the places that she's lived.
Yes,
And she has a lot of treasures
treasures.
that she may not want to part with. So, Kim, are you telling me that there is a way to keep some of your treasures?
There is a way to keep some of your treasures. And when organizing starts, now let's just say when I go to Paulette's house to start organizing, the first thing we're going to call out are the treasures, because we know that those have sentimental value. They don't have to fit. They don't have to be the right style. They have sentimental value, and those that has to be honored.
How can you look? Okay, when you look in that closet, what do you, how do you determine what has sentimental value as opposed to something that you just like?
Okay, let's just say
It's attached to an occasion.
All right,
or person.
It's attached to an occasion, or let's say, a special relationship.
A person, yes.
Exactly. That's sometimes older wedding dresses and
Yes.
the bride gowns and things like that.
Yes.
So special occasion, special relationship,
Right.
Those kind of things.
But how do you part with a wedding dress? Like,
Well,
I know
you
you
don't-
only wear.
you
You don't.
You don't necessarily
Have
have to
to.
part with it. Like I said, the things that are treasures. Those things
can
you
keep
pull to the side. Now that's maybe 5% of your wardrobe, but
Right.
other 95%.
You
we
can
are-
take it or leave it.
You can take it or leave it. That Montgomery Ward skirt from 1967, you don't necessarily have to keep that. That's probably not a treasure piece in your wardrobe. You
Right.
just have it.
Right.
Most of the clothes in our closets we don't necessarily wear.
Right.
We don't necessarily like. They're not treasures. We just have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it, we liked
saw
it,
it.
we bought it.
And
Back in the day.
And Kim, you know what? What you helped me to understand is that, and you said that you got this, and you actually recommend that everyone purchase these small little books that are almost like pamphlets from Marie Kondo. And Marie Kondo said, if it doesn't spark joy when you look at it, let it go.
That's right.
If you can't look at that and really get a sense of joy.
You know what? No, let me tell you this. I bet if you go through your clothing piece by piece, and that's the ingredient that most people do not do.
Yes.
They do not go through their wardrobes
piece by piece
to see exactly which ones are the ones that are actually, really the ones that bring back treasured memories or feelings and really spark joy within you.
Okay.
And most of the clothes that we have, you can just kind of take them and leave. They're old sweatshirts and t-shirts, pairs of t-shirts, and that is making up the majority of the wardrobes. I can almost guarantee it. Now, and the things that spark joy. So it's a matter of going through things piece by piece. And that's where people get bogged down.
That's hard.
So that's where I come in. Since my family has been encouraging me to help people organize all these years.
Yes.
I'm going to start doing it.
And let me ask you this, but before we get I'm not going to do it before we go any further. Hey, Candace, thank you for tuning in, Candace. And hey, Z Simon, she says true that. So she knows what we're talking about too.
Okay, I have one more question.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm a fashion girl.
We're here.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Crystal knows my staple wardrobe is dresses.
Yeah. Rebecca doesn't wear pants too much.
No, I'm a dress girl. Dress and skirts girl. So I have so many dresses that is like beyond crazy.
How do you
what
start?
I'm finding
yes,
is that I'm buying the same style.
And that's okay.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the first half of my wardrobe.
Yes.
Actually, my mom picked it up. She was like, you do realize you buying the same. I can't say what she said on air.
Yeah.
She was like,
I did too.
This is the same
stuff.
In different colors.
In different colors. And you just have short sleeves, no sleeves, and long sleeves.
But the thing about it is, Rebecca, when you start, and it's okay if this is conversational, but the thing about it is, when you find a style that is a flattering style for you, you have a tendency to gravitate towards that style.
That's exactly right.
Unless you're a person like me, that Kim and Rebecca, and I have taken their word for this, for a long time, I bought nothing but maxi dresses.
Long
maxi dresses that came
maxi dresses.
And I wore it with a blue jean jacket. And
people thought she was of a different religion.
Yeah, and I was many times, many times people would ask me, was I of a certain faith? And I would say no. but here's the thing. What I had to learn, now that basically was my go-to uniform for school. And even though there's some reasons why I wore that kind of thing, because you can wear that kind of a dress and it's just easy. You don't have to pay attention to certain details, when you have on a maxi dress. But your
legs don't have to be shaved.
Yeah, all of that good stuff.
You don't have to put lotion on.
Yes, all of that good stuff.
As much about what the shoes you're
doing. All of that good stuff. All of that. But Rebecca and Kim made me set a moratorium on maxi dresses. Yes. And I haven't worn a maxi dress. I think I've worn a maxi dress twice in the last 6 months.
Oh, and we are so proud.
I know.
I just got tired of looking at it.
I know.
You are learning, Grasshopper. You're learning. Okay.
But Kim, this is what I want to ask you. So I've hired you. I said I'm gonna go ahead and get a hold of this particular situation, which is bogging me down, or which is quickly becoming an issue.
Yeah, me too.
Because I've had a situation where clothes, and Rebecca and Kim know this, clothes have run me out from one bedroom to another bedroom. They've taken over. They've
I told you
They-
they have
they've-
clothes babies.
They've taken on a life of their
Why
own.
you-
But Crystal is not by herself though. That's why I can't ever laugh at her.
Right.
Because I went through my wardrobe and I
Yes.
literally fussed at myself.
Yeah.
I said, Rebecca, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this is beyond ridiculous.
Right.
like I literally, people laugh at me when I say that, but I literally was fussing at myself for 30 minutes because I could not believe all of the clothes that I have acquired in the last 5 years.
Well, what happens? Let me tell you what happens.
Uh-huh.
What happens is most people don't eat that elephant one bite at a time.
Okay.
They look at it and it gets overwhelming. So, like myself,
So they move to the next room.
they move to the next room. I purge, like I said, I purge my closet twice a year, in the spring and in the fall. So when I do my spring closet purge, if I brought in things, from these thrift store items that's building my wardrobe, and I see things that are duplicates or something like that, or things that have been replaced by better things in the same style, so I get rid of them.
Not
And-
all of them.
Not all of them, but
You have the black Laura Petrie pants, Breakfast at
Okay,
Tiffany,
I
Audrey
have
Hepburn pants.
I have
Yes.
my guilty pleasure, and those are the black crop pants.
Yes.
But I have gotten rid of all of my low-rise printed pants. So
Kim,
now, I mean, things, we all have our
We have our favorites.
Yeah, we
and
have our
guilty
favorites.
pleasures and all of our things that might have worked 2, 3, 10 years ago. They don't work as much now. They don't work as well now, and I've gotten rid of them. So that means every 6 months I have a giant pile of clothes
Yes.
that I take to a thrift store. I do not throw
and
them
you recycle
away.
them. Do not
I
throw.
recycle them. I
Yes.
take them back to other thrift stores and I bless other people with them. Now
Yes.
that is something that I found that makes me a lot easier. It makes it a
To
lot
let go of
easier
things.
to let go of things.
Yeah.
When I,
Yeah, me
when I
too.
say I'm going to bless
Someone
someone
else
else
with
with
this.
these, like they blessed me with them when I bought them from thrift stores.
So Kim,
So it makes it easier to
And I
to
also donate a lot of my
detach.
clothes to the women's shelter
absolutely.
because
Right,
a lot of
uh-huh.
the women's
Yeah.
Or
shelters
just
around
getting
Houston
started.
are
That's right.
begging for
clothes.
donations.
Right, exactly. And I
So-
take mine to Star of Hope.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, and not only that, sometimes you come across other things like shoes and different kind of things, and I take those things to Star of Hope, handbags, all that kind of thing.
Now, with
So-
that being said,
Mhm.
Kim, I do have a question.
Mhm.
Even if you did not purchase your items at a thrift store,
Mhm.
can you still take them to a thrift store?
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
It is
I didn't know that.
recycling. It is recycling at its highest form.
Okay.
You are giving it to somebody who will use and treasure it, and when they, for whatever reason, don't need it anymore, then they give it to somebody else.
Now let me state this for the record.
Mhm.
Many of the thrift stores now some people would rather give things away and have them where they are given to someone else
That's fine.
and not sold. But however, please keep in mind that many of the thrift stores are stores that are run by charities that help.
Yes.
The proceeds of you giving a suit or a dress or slacks or a box of clothes to them is that they in turn with the proceeds of what they sell, it goes back and goes into that charity to
Right.
help families,
Yes.
at different places.
Right.
But I want to turn back, Kim, to this and ask you this. So my closet, or let's just not even say my closet, because for me it would be my room has gotten where it's chasing me
Right.
out to the next room.
Mhm.
So if I call you
Mhm.
to come in and start, where do we come in and start?
Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is you're going to hire me.
Yes.
Okay. So this is not a labor of love.
No. This is a service.
This is a service.
Yes.
So my service is a 5-hour service. I'm going
Okay.
to be at your house for 5 hours with you.
Yes.
You're not going to let me in and say, Kim, go to it. No, we're going to do it together.
Is there anything I have to do before you get there?
Well, you're going to have to pay me.
Yes. But do I need to deny? Yes.
Well, and my service, and for that 5-hour service, it's $375.
Okay. Which is
That's not bad
which
for
is
5
not
hours.
Quite
bad.
reasonable. And the thing about it, what we have to realize, because I'm sure some people out there are going to balk and say, well, you know what, I can do it myself for that. Have you? How's it been working for you? How many years has it been?
Exactly.
When is that garage sale going to manifest that you've been saying you're going to have for the past 10 years?
Right.
Okay.
But Kim, let me ask you this. Okay.
Yes.
I'm asking you this because I know it's a legitimate question for me. If I paid you $375 and opened the door to my bedroom right now, you would turn around and walk away.
No, I wouldn't, because I like to help people get organized.
She does.
So I really
Now,
does.
she's saying that until she come to my house and see these trunks full of clothes.
Yes.
And the first thing she gonna say, Rebecca, I'm out.
No,
don't keep your money, boo.
Trust me, I've seen Armageddon in place.
So what does the process look like?
Okay,
I open that door.
You open that door. So the first thing we're gonna do, number one, when I come in, you're gonna already have boxes and bags. You're gonna have boxes and bags, because when I leave,
labeled already.
You don't have to label them already.
Okay.
You're just gonna have them there,
okay,
like trash bags and boxes. Because when I leave, you're gonna have boxes loaded up,
ready to go to the thrift store.
Loaded up.
Wow.
If you have a car trunk or a car, they will be in your car ready to go.
Okay. So I open my closet.
Yes.
Now what?
Understand that what you have is attachment. I have zero attachment to your items.
Things. That's true.
That means
that's true.
I'm going to be the one who's going to come in, and first we're going to gather everything by style.
Okay.
So we're going to put all the pants out. You're going to have some flat surfaces. You have a bed or something.
Yeah.
We're going to
clear your bed off.
Clear your bed off.
Okay.
We're going to put a pile of pants.
Okay.
We're going to put a pile of shirts, pile of dresses, pile of coats. Everything is going to be into categories. Now, once we get into those categories, now again, take out your treasures. If it's things that you just have to have, that it has sentimental value,
yes,
take those out.
Okay.
All the rest of the things we're going to go through.
Okay.
If you are a size
10
and your clothes, your pants are a size 2, that's the first thing that's going to go.
And that's where you're going to come up on some resistance from people, because that means, because people many times are very much attached to what they used to look like.
Exactly.
Okay?
That's the psychology.
That's the psychology of it. Yeah.
Right. So here's the beauty of it. So when you're clearing out your closet and you're getting ready for all these wonderful new items to come in, when you get ready for new items to come in, that means that old items, just like the baby new year comes in and the old year goes out, some of the old items are going to have to go. Most of those size 2s were probably gotten in the 90s anyway. They're not still in style. They just have your emotional attachment to them,
because that's what
letting
you
think
like.
that yes, I looked great back then, and
maybe I can get back to this.
Maybe I can get back in it. Now think about it like this: if you got back down to that size 2,
would you even wear it?
Would you even wear that great big giant puffy sleeve shirt from
1996?
From 1996, would you? The answer is no. So you have to get rid. That's where I come in, because, like I said, I don't have that kind of emotional attachment. Yes. So those are the things that go first. Now,
and you know what? It makes you feel good when you start to purge those things out of your wardrobe that someone else, if it's a basic, let's say it is a basic and it can be worn, that someone else who may be a size 2 or a size 4 at this time, who may be getting ready to embark upon a fresh start,
yes,
will be able to have great use of that, and right. You can be part of their beginning.
That's right. That's
a blessing, in other words.
But a blessing. That's right. Now with Marie Kondo, she, if anybody has ever read her book or has seen her show, her series, she thanks the items before she lets it go.
Right.
These items, thank you. Montgomery Ward 1967 skirt. Thank you for all of the wonderful service that you have given me. And that's great.
And that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah. And
once you've gone through
and
that,
categorizing things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it looks. So, and that's fine. You can think everything. Now, if you have 5,000 pieces of clothing in your closet, I'm not going to be there that long. I have 5 hours.
Yeah. That's okay. Keep talking.
Yeah, I have 5 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be there that long for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all of those into keep categories. We're going to put them into things that you may still fit. You may be like a size away from it or what have you. You may still, but for some reason you really want to keep that. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna honor that. But I can guarantee you there's going to be a very, very large pile of clothes that you cannot wear.
Okay, what if you're a person like me? And tell me if you need to, if I can't ask you these questions intermittently.
No,
because
that's fine. No,
okay. If you're a person like me, and this is a real problem for me, and you know this, and Rebecca knows this, I buy the most beautiful purses.
Oh, she does.
Expensive purses.
She does.
But I don't change purses.
And she does not.
She wears one purse
I wear for all year long. But I love beautiful purses.
Yes.
So if you're a collector like that, and I've got hundreds of purses.
I went in Crystal's closet in her room and I wanted to cry because I told her, if you don't want any of these bags, I will take half of them at least. She's like, no, I love my bags, but why don't you wear them?
I know, and Kim tells me that all the time. Rebecca tells me that all the time.
Y'all, when I first opened her closet, I was floored.
There were shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves of nothing but purses.
Hold on.
And boots.
I was getting ready to go to it. And shoes and boots.
Yes. I collect vintage and one of a kind cowboy boots,
and just hundreds of pairs of shoes otherwise,
and shoes, and I
wears
can't wear them to work.
Now again, this is where it comes in for someone who doesn't have that same kind of attachment.
Yes.
Okay. And because
Kim can clear them out like that.
It takes me no time to go through Crystal's closet and Crystal's items. Because, like I said, I don't have that kind of attachment.
Right.
If you have, again, 2 or 3 of the same kind, the same style, the same color, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Choose the ones that are the best. Choose the ones that bless you. Choose the ones that are the most well constructed. Sometimes some of our purses and shoes can be a little worn, they can be a little run down, that kind of thing, and we still keep them.
You know what? I had a jacket, just a personal story. I had a jacket, a leather jacket that I loved so much.
I remember that jacket.
Oh my God. This is it was my first leather jacket. I had bought it with my own money. Nobody purchased this jacket for me. I didn't know it wasn't real leather at the time, but I didn't even care. It was just my jacket, the first jacket I bought.
It was cool looking. Yeah.
That was mine. And Kim saw it in the elevator and she was like,
this
no,
has got to go.
Let this be the last day I see that. I was like, Kim, no, you don't understand what this jacket means to me. She said, it's peeling. It's time to let it go.
And that's one thing. That's
a perfect example of emotional attachment.
Yeah.
Her emotion was around, this is the first thing I've bought with
for myself.
My own money. Not around the actual appearance, or quality, or look, or condition.
But as you're going through the closet, that's one thing that you're helping people be able to identify too. Because I've seen sometimes now, when I search high and low for my vintage boots, I know immediately when I'm looking at something that's authentic or when it's not. If something is real alligator, if something is real water snake or crocodile, I know that immediately. But a lot of people don't know that. Do you help people determine show people how to determine if something is authentic or real?
I will help you determine that. A lot of times now, because we have mandatory labeling.
Yes.
The label is going to help you determine that.
Yes.
Just look on the label.
If it's in the United States,
if it's in the United States, and not only that, if it came along after like the mid 70s, right, it's going to be labeled.
Right.
So, but all of those things, like I said, those go into piles. And if it's something that you just, for whatever reason, just cannot get rid of, if you have 1,000 concert t-shirts, and
some people have collections like that.
Some people have collections of concert t-shirts. Let's think about how you can keep that memory.
Yeah.
But get it out of your closet, make room for things. I've seen beautiful quilts made from t-shirts that people have.
Right.
And and that is the memory. It's not the t-shirt, that piece of cotton itself. It's the picture of the
like my jacket
of the artist.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
I wore my Prince t-shirt until the Prince's head fell off. It fell off. It literally fell off my shirt.
The applique came off.
The
Yeah.
applique came. Well, yeah, that sounds better. But
Yeah.
but like I say, it's the emotional attachment. I don't have that kind of attachment. It's going to be easier for me. So that way, when I go in, and plus, if you have a time limit,
Yes.
it's much easier to go through those things quickly.
Yeah.
When you
And
put
then-
yourself on a time limit.
When you put
Yes.
yourself on a time limit.
Okay.
So if I'm there and I'm going through it with you,
Yes.
you're not going to have time to, sit there and wonder, oh, what do I do? What do I do? No, it's going to be very easy to
Go through it.
So, in
Oh,
other words,
yes.
people don't need to call you unless they're very
They're ready.
serious
Yes.
About
to
getting
getting
organized.
organized.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And,
right.
and one thing too, Kim, this is something that I've had to come to terms with. And Paulette says, and family reunion T-shirts. I personally love my family reunion T-shirts, but I didn't know for some family members that was just like they just build up and up and up, and then you got a whole drawer full of them.
That's
But
right.
but here's the thing. Another reason why it's very good to go ahead and purpose to put these things in a bag or a box and get them to the thrift store or get them into the giveaway pile is because if they're sitting there, you're tempted to go back in there and say, oh, you know what? I like that. I'm going to pull it out.
I really like those pair of low-rise flower jeans and bell-bottom jeans that I had them. I had them. This was from the low rise, and it wasn't that long ago.
Yes.
It wasn't that long ago.
And that's another thing. Or we'll say to ourselves, oh, fashion comes back around.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
I'm going to keep this because this is going to come back in style.
Yes.
Here's the thing. It doesn't come back around for you. maybe for your
nieces
daughter
and
or a
nephews.
niece or a grandchild. It doesn't come back for you. Do not save it for that grandchild. If you want to save an estate piece,
that's different.
That's one thing. Do not save the flowered bell bottoms for your grandchild.
They can go to a thrift store and get it, or a vintage shop.
That's right. So you see how it works. It works beautifully that way. And plus, they may have a different style than you.
And also, Kim, so we've gotten everything. We've gotten the majority of things sorted, and we have them labeled in the different boxes, and they're ready to go.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you how to actually organize your closet.
Yes,
because most of us have a very limited amount of square footage in the closet.
Yes.
So let's say if my closet is 5 by 8, that's 40 square feet of space.
Can we show that small closet? Because that's probably going to look like most people's closet.
Yes. Show the small closet. Okay. There you go.
I think it is. There it is right there.
Yeah.
Does that look like some of y'all's closets?
Yes. And I'm showing now. What I have done here is I'm using every ounce of my space. I'm not just using just hanging rods with the shirts and jackets and things on them like that.
You've gone up vertically?
I'm using my airspace.
Right.
I used to live in New York. I lived in New York for a little while. In New York, airspace is very important.
Yes.
That means that there is actually a monetary value
in going up. Right.
It actually has a value. Same thing in your closet. You have space when you go up. So that's why I take my shelves up as high as I can, and I actually have them the heights measured to the things that I am going to place on them.
Yes.
So on this picture that you see, so on the left side,
are these hats right there?
Yeah, there are hats up there.
Yeah.
On the left side, over to the left, as you see, those are like ankle boots. So so the shelf might only be about 7 inches high.
And you've got two shelves of those.
2 shelves of those. On the right side, there are handbags.
Yeah.
And I have a short shelf that's about 5 inches high
for
like evening bags and clutch bags and things like that. And I have a taller shelf underneath it for handbags and medium-sized handbags, and then kind of going straight in, as you can see, kind of up top on that shelf there.
Yes.
That you're kind of hovering over with your mouse.
Yes.
Those are tote bags.
So you roll them up.
I don't roll them up. Now with tote bags, these are leather bags.
Okay.
These are leather bags. So I flatten them. Now I know that's heresy for a lot of people. A lot of people, oh my gosh, I have to
Put
take
newspaper
things
inside
and
of
put
it.
newspaper inside instead of.
Yeah, that's what my
and
mom does
that
with her
takes
leather bag.
and that
It takes a lot of
lot of
room.
space up.
Yeah.
If it's leather, generally that leather is going to
It's gonna be pliable.
We have tombs in Egypt that still have leather items in them.
Right. It's pliable.
So
Yeah.
it's pliable unless you have something that's an area where we're dry rot and things like
Yeah,
that.
that
Your
it's
leather
not.
is-
It's
once
not
you get that
temperature
leather out
controlled.
and you put a wallet and a few things inside of them, it's going to be the same shape.
Right.
So that's another thing about buying very good, good handbags, and they can be gotten at the thrift store. I have
Yes.
a fantastic Coach, great,
And
beautiful
we'll show
leather
some of these,
tote
and
bag.
because
in
this is not
future-
Kim's first
yeah,
time.
in future series.
This is not her first or last time
Yes.
that she's going to come.
Yeah,
Now,
and
Kim,
this is about a $400 bag, and I got it for $2. I'm just saying.
now right here, Kim, it looks like in some way these may be overcoats, but it looks like you've got them
They're
color
jackets.
coordinated.
They're jackets. Everything is color coordinated.
Okay.
And that makes it a lot easier. I always say if I had on a pair of sunglasses and my eyes were closed, I could go into my closet and I could find everything that I had.
Wow.
Because I know where the colors are.
Wow.
I know where I because everything is just organized.
Oh my
that
goodness.
Well. And
that's another row.
That's another row. Yeah, and I have that's my little clothes hamper down there.
Yes.
And underneath it I have like sneakers. I have because I like to get to the top of things. A lot of times people put things in the top of a closet.
Yes.
And they never see them again.
Right.
I have a step stool.
Yes.
That step stool I use to get to the top of my closet.
And this is out right now, but you just kind of fold it up and put it to the side.
Yeah. Or
when
I
you
just,
need to go
I
in.
just keep mine because I go to the top of my closet all the time to get things because I change out my handbags, Crystal.
Okay. Are these skirts on this bottom row?
On that bottom row over there. No, actually, those are going to be pants.
Okay.
I have pants on that side, and we have pants and skirts
Okay.
on one side. On the other side, the little half height rods are going to be for folded up sweaters. I don't hang my sweaters. I fold them across a rod. Some people have shelves for them, but again, they are all color coordinated.
Okay.
And I have my colors coordinated in the same hues on each side of the closet. So like I said, it makes it a lot easier when you go in and try to find something. You're not searching for a red jacket.
Right.
For a red jacket,
is where the red jackets are.
Where the red jackets are. The suits, I have all my suits together. I don't hang them separately. Some people do them separately because, okay, I can wear a jacket with this. No, I hang them as suits. They're all together. In this closet, this same little 5x8 closet, I have about 300 pairs of shoes.
And they are sorted where you can find them.
They are sorted where I can find them. I have actually a shelf behind the door. I use every inch of space I have. I have a shelf behind the door. That shelf behind the door has shoes. I have underneath, now again, I'm using all my space, all my vertical space.
Okay.
Underneath the clothes, I actually have two little short shelves that are about 3 or 4 inches high, little short shelves that go underneath it. And they have shoes on them. So every inch of space is used. So even if you have a tiny closet, or even if you have a lot of clothes, there are ways to organize so that you are using every inch
and make
of
that
your
closet
space,
function.
and you can make that closet function exactly.
Now, Kim, this is Paulette says this. Have you started taking clients?
Yes.
Tell us your contact info so that we can set the date and time. Okay,
Yes.
I knew that a lot of people would be interested in this simply because this is one of those kind of things. Instead of going out and getting that purse, that new Coach purse for $375,
that's about right.
You can bring you in and have everything set up so that when you bring that purse in, you'll be able to find it in the next 2 months.
There you go.
So if we wanted to, and let me tell you this too, Kim did not say this, but we know Rebecca is a Michael Kors girl. She likes Michael Kors and she likes the color pink. So this week, and whenever Kim and I are out of town or anywhere we go, we always set aside at least a couple hours. We say, let's go find the neatest vintage shop or thrift shop or yes. So this weekend we were in Nashville, and I found, and sometimes you got to keep your friends and family members in mind too, because what you find may not always be for you. But I found the most beautiful, never been used Michael Kors leather, magenta colored leather, dark pink purse And I said, Kim, I don't wear pink that much, but we know who does. We need to get this. So we got that purse for Rebecca. Yes.
Yes.
But Kim, getting back on subject, Paulette says, are you taking clients? If
Yes.
someone wanted to book you,
Yes.
how would they contact you? And do you have a website or a Facebook page?
Okay. My Facebook page actually is going to be updated.
Okay.
And my website too.
By this weekend, right? You
By
said
this weekend,
Yes.
it's going to be updated. But right now, you can message me.
yes.
Facebook Messenger.
And what is that?
Kim Rejoice TV Dillard. Kim
Spell
Rejoice TV. Kim Kim
Uh-huh.
Rejoice REJOICE dash TV Dillard DILLARD.
And direct
Kim
message
Rejoice.
her.
Direct message me, and then that way I'll get back to you. I'm not going to give out a phone number on
Right.
in
Right.
cyberspace,
Exactly.
but message me, and then that way I can go ahead and make an appointment with you. These are going to be weekend appointments.
yes.
I'm going to make an appointment with you, and then we're going to set that 5-hour time. And when I come in, I'm going to set a clock.
That's right.
And
that's important.
That is going to be ticking down. So at
That's
the end
right.
of that period, we're going to have as much stuff out, and your closet is going to be organized.
Yeah, because
And-
she has other clients too to work with. so
Yes.
she can.
And the thing about it too is, let me say this. I have had, since Kim announced this is probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and she's just gone public with it. We've had so many men approach us and say, I want this service for my wife because I have no real estate in my closet.
That is the truth.
I have no room to put anything in my closet. And if I could at least get a fourth of the space in there, then it's worth that money to go ahead and
Yeah,
get
They
it
don't-
organized.
They wear the same stuff all the time anyway. It don't
They
matter.
might have closets. They might have gone into their child's closet or something, and that's what they use. That's what the husbands are using at that
That little
point,
tiny closet.
That little tiny closet, but because they don't have any space. So
Yes,
it's
because
going-
one of my mom's friends, he says all the time, I gotta go to the garage to get in my clothes.
Okay,
It's true.
It's true. I've seen that many times. So it's going to help in your relationship. It's going to make you feel better when you go and you see a wonderfully organized closet
Where everything fits.
where everything fits. And I am ruthless.
Yes, she is.
I am ruthless.
Very.
She makes you.
I
makes
threw
you
away my jacket,
part.
guys. So she made me feel so bad. I threw it away.
But now that you have room for that other beautifully crafted leather jacket that you're getting with your own money, you have the memory of the other one. It is payday. But now, in actuality, now you have something that fits. It's beautiful. It's well constructed.
It's not
it looks
peeling.
good on.
quality.
It is
And
not peeling.
Exactly. You're going to get compliments on it. And that's the takeaway.
And Kim, now, like we said, Rebecca and I begged you to come here because we wanted you to be able to share this because we knew other people would need this information. It's something that all women need. Okay. Most men need it too. But the next time you come after, and you have asked that some of your clients allow you, and you don't have to disclose who it is,
Right.
allow you to take pictures of before and after,
Before and after.
so that people can see exactly what's going on, exactly what that process is,
Right.
and share those pictures.
Yes.
And after that, then comes the fun part. When you purge that closet and you are ready to get back out there and start building that $5,000 wardrobe for $50.
That's right. Now you have
That's the fun
someplace
part.
to put it.
And Kim does that part too. She actually sets up these excursions to certain thrift stores, and she has the buying trips where you go out to these stores and you actually get to go through that fun process, and it makes you feel like a treasure hunter.
That's right.
It does.
That's
it
right.
does.
Some people, we got to put this in perspective. To some people, a $5,000 wardrobe is a couple of handbags and a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Or
to
one
some
handbag
people.
and one pair of shoes.
That's right. That's some people. But now, to the rest of us,
Yes.
in the world, $5,000 wardrobe can fill up your whole closet if it's done correctly. If it's done the way I say to do it in the book, you will have a beautiful wardrobe
Yes.
that fits, that's gorgeous, and you will get endless compliments on it.
And I can vouch for this. Kim endlessly gets compliments on the way that she dresses and puts things together. And those are the secrets that she's going to be sharing with you. Yes. It's a talent. You got to admit, it's a talent.
Yes.
It's a talent. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. This is the first part in a series, and we're probably going to have Kim here every other week because we've got to give her time to get to the clients, to get the pictures, and come back to have something to share with us.
Yes.
But again, if they want to reach out to you, Kim, give them that Facebook name again so that they can direct message you.
Direct message me, Kim Rejoice TV Dillard. Message me. I will go back. I will get in touch with you. We'll set an appointment, and we're going to get this ball rolling.
All right.
Okay, but thank you, Facebook family, for joining us tonight. Thank you, Z Simon. Thank you, Paulette. Thank you, Miss Faye Evans. Thank you, Candace. As always, thank you, Candace.
Yeah,
thank you so much, Sequina, and everybody else who tuned in. Guys, please know that if you have other comments, if you need to reach out to us, if you've got questions to ask us about this episode, leave them in the comments. We'll make sure that we get back to you and answer all those questions. But until the next time that we see you guys, as we say every week, we can do it. Bye,
guys.